that you know about this car. Okay, and the computer probably has a ton of information to tell the computer because it's brand specific. So when you go to AutoZone or something to buy a OBD2 reader, a lot of times it doesn't give you the entire picture. If you are a mechanic and you have your brand specific software to talk to that computer, it will spew out all sorts of information. So from there, it is easier to make a diagnostic because, in the case of a spark plug issue, you can tell the fuel air mixture is wrong. I mean, the oxygen sensor will tell you something is not right, possibly because the fuel was not burned before it gets dumped into the exhaust. So that will point you directly say, okay, maybe it's a spark issue. Okay, so that makes it kind of easier. In the case of a modern airplane, it is modularized like that too. So every single component has its own diagnostic ability. It has tons of sensors, and it has tons of logging ability. So it will be able to give you a lot of information. And most of the software now have what we call an expert system. An expert system takes a look at the facts or the information, and it will try to give you suggestions. Okay, this is what you need to check next. This is what you need to check next, and so on. How many people know what? How many people know what is the IBM Watson computer? Very few. Oh no, this is the wrong class. Okay.
It's supposed to be a medical supercomputer developed by IBM.
It's no. Well, it didn't start out that way. It is a.
Is it artificial intelligence?
It's an AI to play Jeopardy. Dun 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 dun. Right? Okay, to play Jeopardy. So the IBM engineer decided they will make a computer because they beat computer chess playing is a dead horse. Okay, in fact I would say it's it's only not dead, it is also ground and canned at this point. Okay, there's no point in doing that anymore because it's no longer considered AI. AI is basically when you define what is artificial intelligence, it's at the fringe of computer science. It's at the fringe of what is practical. It's at the fringe of what is possible. Okay, so speech recognition at one point was considered AI, artificial intelligence, because at the time we barely have enough technique and processing power to do some really rough and crude voice recognition. But these days, voice recognition is like, yeah, so. Right? So it's not really considered AI anymore. But Watson was doing something like that because they were trying to make Watson to play Jeopardy with no internet or network access during the time that it was playing. So whatever it has to know about something, like everything, it has to be internal. Not only that, it also has to search for that answer. The difficult part is not to store all those terabytes of information, but to how to index, how to retrieve. And Watson also has to answer correctly, not just give the answer, but use the question form to answer the question, right? Huh?
So
Yeah.
it's just what, who.
Yeah, exactly. And it was actually winning. It was beating the humans, the all-time champions. They got like 2 or 3 of those people. Sorry?
It beat Ken Jennings pretty bad.
Yeah.
He won millions off Jeopardy.
Yeah, but later on, IBM was looking at this technology and go like, well, if we can make a computer that can understand, the host's question, just spoken natural language, it's not typed or anything like that, and be able to parse that question, go through its internal database to find an answer, maybe we can use a technology similar to this to answer other types of questions.
Is Siri based on that?
No.
Siri has an internet connection.
Go ahead.
That leads to customer support, correct?
I think they were trying to apply it to medical purposes, like people can call up and describe the symptom, and then the computer will try to figure out what is the next thing to ask, or something like that. You guys all heard about the Apple GPS navigation problem, right? Yeah. So if they cannot get that part right, I don't think I can trust any medical advice, from the same people. Yeah, you should continue that way, to go to this, town here. But that looks like a desert. No, that's the right way. Keep going. I think that was.
He won't ask again. He won't ask again. If he goes that way, he'll never ask again. He'll be
Well,
dead.
this is actually a good selling point, point of OnStar, because OnStar actually has a human. So if you start to scream or something, you might get some attention, and they will double check the map. Oops, make a U-turn. All right, so that's all the time we have. But I think that Watson thing is kind of cool.
They let IBM's Watson go online to search for information, and he actually downloaded the entire Urban Dictionary, and they had to delete it.
So it understands all the slangs and whatnot.
Yes. That's the only thing I knew about it.